Now to news making headlines around the state. The daunting challenges of combating climate change front and center this week as Democratic and Republican leaders from California and Nevada gather for the Lake Tahoe Summit. 17's Capitol correspondent Eitan Wallace reports.
Well, it is a picture-perfect day here in Lake Tahoe. Just take a look at how crystal clear the water is. It's a place members from both parties, from the states of California and Nevada, pledged to protect, but they acknowledge more work must be done. Along the pristine shores of Zephyr Cove on the Nevada side of Lake Tahoe, some 1,000 people gathered for the 28th annual Lake Tahoe Summit, an event all about addressing climate and protecting this region.
I have never been to a place like Lake Tahoe. This is an incredible and beautiful setting.
U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg was the keynote speaker. He was among several high-profile leaders, including California and Nevada lawmakers from both sides of the aisle, who urged action to protect this region and regions just like it. And that's where Buttigieg comes in. He says transportation policy plays a major role.
We have to swiftly reduce carbon pollution nationally and globally. We cannot protect Lake Tahoe alone.
To reach that goal, he says nationally, the federal government has allocated more than $25 billion for electric vehicle tax incentives and charging stations. Closer to home in Lake Tahoe, he touted a $20+ million investment to create new pedestrian and bike trails, all in an effort to relieve congestion and pollution. During their remarks, lawmakers from the Golden State and the Silver State spoke about the need to come together for this lake.
We're going to put those politics aside. We're all going to be on Team Tahoe.
Once you see this place with your own eyes, you can't help but do everything you can to protect it.
That's why bipartisan lawmakers who spoke here say they support extending the Lake Tahoe Restoration Act through 2034 instead of letting it expire by the end of this year. For more than 2 decades, the legislation has provided federal resources and funding for the lake and surrounding region.
Support our local jobs, strengthen our sustainable tourism, keep this place as beautiful and pristine as always, and improve it.
It's a message California's late Senator Dianne Feinstein echoed when she first launched this annual summit nearly 3 decades ago. Now, all these years later, her successor, Senator LaFonza Butler, vows to continue that legacy, making clear one of her priorities through the end of her term in 2025 is to protect all of California's natural lands and resources.
What it means to me is to be able to make sure that I can say to all 40 million Californians that we're doing the work to truly represent each and every one of them.
And California's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom and Nevada's Republican Governor Joe Lombardo were not in attendance this year, but they have pledged to work with each other across the aisle and across state lines to protect this place for generations to come. Reporting on the Nevada side of Lake Tahoe, Eitan Wallace, 17 News.